Low side surge drum, there's a sight glass. That's where the refrigerant level belongs, somewhere in the bottom quarter to top quarter. Surge drum is insulated, has a pipe on the top. Pipe, all the liquid coming out of the plates drops into the surge drum. There's a stand pipe in the surge drum that's connected to this copper line. The stand pipe is right at the middle of the sight glass. When it's running, oil comes out of that stand pipe, comes across this copper line, goes through a solenoid valve. They get clogged sometimes. They got to be taken apart. They got a manual operator underneath. They're hard to reach. There's always something that's hard to reach in the machine. Over here, then on the front again, there'd be an electrical panel right here. Surge drums here. Straight back there, about 1 meter in, 3 feet in, is a sight glass. It's there so you can see the oil is flowing back up from the solenoid through a metering valve, a needle valve that you manually set, and comes across, and drops into the compressor on the compressor side of the service valve. Too much refrigerant coming back, this whole end bell ices up and the body starts to ice up. You see an iced up body, it means you're overfeeding liquid through the oil return. Normally you have some frost back here. Teenager, high side oil return. There's the compressor. Discharge service valve. Discharge gas comes up through the copper elbow, a vibration absorber, copper elbow, into an oil separator, H.A. Phillips oil separator. Discharge gas leaves, goes in a water-cooled condenser. Oil comes out of the oil separator over to an ammonia-style float valve assembly. Float valve, oil return here. Oil return around service valve, leave it wide open when you're running. Vibrazorb, it goes back to the compressor. Teenager suction run coming off the top of the surge drum on the low side. We come back through a liquid to suction heat exchanger. It just helps dry the gas out a little bit. Very little superheat, maybe a degree from inlet to outlet. Come back through a Vibrazorb. Go through a CPR, crankcase pressure regulator valve. Feeds the compressor suction. Crankcase pressure regulator valve only comes into play during the hot cool down. Adjust this screw so on a warm startup you don't exceed 25 psi on the suction line. Setting it at 20 is fine. The machine cools down very fast. You lose maybe a minute or two of your cool down from hot. Keeps the motor amps down on the compressor. Lets the system balance quicker.